Okay, so at this problem, we are going to do long division with this quartic divided by this quadratic. And so to start this off, what you want to ask yourself first is you want to take the first two terms and you want to ask yourself, what is 8x to the fourth divided by 8x squared? And what you're left with is x to the second. So we're going to write that on top. And then you're going to multiply through. So x to the second times 8x to the second is 8x to the fourth. Again, you write down your like terms underneath, and then you take 3 times x to the second. Now we're going to write this term underneath the x to the second, so that's going to give us 3x to the second. And then I'm going to add this placeholder here because I'm going to go ahead and subtract down just like in normal long division. Those are going to cancel out, and then the next term you're going to be left with is 16x to the third. Next term here, negative 5x minus 3x is negative 8x to the second, and then you bring on down the next term. And then you do it again. So 16x to the third divided by 8x to the second is positive 2x. And then you're going to multiply this 2x with both of these terms and then write down the like terms underneath again. So 2x times 8x to the second is 16x to the third. 2x times 3 is 6x. We're going to write that underneath its like term, and then we have a placeholder of 0x squared here, and then we're going to subtract. So those cancel out. This term is now going to be negative 8x to the second. And when you subtract down the x's, you have negative 6x minus 6x, which is negative 12x, and then bring on down the last term. Then you do it again. So last time, negative 8x to the second divided by 8x to the second is just negative 1. I'm going to write that right up top up here. And you're going to multiply through. So negative 1 times these two terms are going to give you negative 8x to the second. Again, negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. We're going to write that underneath its like term. Under the 0x, there's nothing there, so we're going to put a placeholder, subtract down. These are going to cancel out, and then what you're left with, negative 12x minus 0 is still negative 12x. 1 minus 3 is positive 4. So this right here, since there's no other terms to bring on down, this is our remainder. And so our final answer is this term up here, this polynomial plus its remainder. So it looks like this. Final answer. It was x to the second plus 2x minus 1. So with this remainder, we have plus negative 12x plus 4 all over this term here. This polynomial, 8x plus 3. So this would be the final answer written. Here we go. All right. So notice this whole polynomial here, since there are two terms in that, we're just going to keep the negative in front and not change this. So we're going to leave that as is and divide it by 8x squared plus 3.